Hello, hello. Welcome, welcome. I am doing just fine. Could be better, but I'll get there within time. Just had some issues with certain things. But we'll be fine in the end. It'll just take a bit to actually get there. Alright, so I want to try and do the finish the story in three parts, so 3 streams. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. So, maybe 4, 3, 4. We might do 4, 3, 4. So ST1, 1, 2, and 3 today, while we do 4, ST2, and 5 next time, and then 6, 7, 8, and the final one last. Though this one might be the longest, so we might do 4, 4, 3 instead. But today I want to try and get to at least CV3. This is my goal. I want to get that much story done today. The question is, will my throat be able to handle it? Because I can only talk for so long before my voice wants to give out. As an update, by the way, I have been upgrading Jessica. This is currently at M5 out of M9 that I wish to get. All these skills will be upgraded. Beef, hi, welcome. But yeah, I'm currently working on the middle one. It's currently being in the training room. And then the last one is the first skill, of course. So she's very close to being done. Also, my friend refuses to talk to me until I finish the story, so I gotta finish the story. So, quicker we get into it, the better. So, let's start. Everyone feels down on their luck, no matter where they come from. In the line of fire. Right into it. As a last note, it will be late. I didn't have time, but I want to do the Blacksteel manga after we finish this event story, because I haven't read that yet. And if it is before this story that the manga happens, that's okay. We'll just get some extra context or something. I want to read the manga, is what I'm trying to say. And it will be done as well. I have a lot planned for streams in the future. So don't worry. Now, They say there's going to be an attack in about half an hour. You want some water? Never mind. Look how tense you are. You just thrown it up anyway. Breathe. Breathe. Relax. Where are you from, girl? Colombia, huh? Ever heard of Davistown? No? That's a shame. It's a pretty neat place. Its route takes it around the eastern forests, and the winters are long and cold. But its plate is home to a mine. Keeps its core energy tower burning the whole time. Just the heat generated from that keeps everyone warm all winter. It can get pretty hot indoors, but it's also cold outside. So no matter where you go, as long as you open the door, you get puffs of white steam gushing out toward you, which condenses on your eyelashes like teardrops. You have to wipe them off quick, or the kids inside will laugh at you. But that's okay. That's when you fight back. Lift them up by the armpits and toss them into the thick snowdrifts outside. Now you get to laugh at all the snow on their faces. Oh, piqued your interest? Yeah, it's a great place. Everyone wants to go see it for themselves, and I really want to go back and have a look too. How is it so damn cold here? I don't get it. How the hell does this even happen? So goddamn cold. Get your ass inside then. If you knew it's cold, why are you complaining about it with the door open? I don't want to get the floor dirty. Hey, it's Cold Shot. Or Helena, in this case. You say that like you can wipe your feet on the snow. Here, hot tea. That's hot! The floor's pretty dirty in the diner today, huh? If I'd known, I would have just walked in. We got some heavy snow. Every time someone steps inside, it just gets dirty again. I'll clean it up after closing. So what are you having? Beans? Bread? What kind of choice is that? It's all we have. If you'd rather have nothing, suit yourself. Can I get a little bit of both? Fine. Seeing as you're my first customer and without a few screws loose, I'll even throw in a scoop of butter on the house. Helena. Now what? Why do you have mud on your chairs? Hey, you two. This ain't your home. Put your feet down. Talking to us, old man. Settle down, you two. You stay out of this. Don't be like that. Everyone's here for a hot meal. No need to get physical. Hey, why are you taking his side? 'Cause I'd rather not see every little quarrel in this joint end in a knife fight. Shut up, or I'll knife you too. For the love of... Stay out of this, Helena. I'll teach these hoodlums a lesson. Your funeral. The ruffian takes his knife and steps forward, only for a dinner knife to fly at him from the opposite side and embed itself in the ground near his feet. You? Not another inch, boy. It's late. Go home to your mommy. Right back at you, woman. Before he can take another step, a second knife brushes past his cheek and lodges itself in the wall behind him. A few drops of fresh blood drip to the ground. My ear! Stop whining. It's still attached. But I can't promise it'll stay that way unless you scram. Now. The restaurant's proprietor turns around and takes a cloth off the rack to start wiping the bar. There's another knife wedged between her fingers. Shit. Forget it. Let's go. We can get them back for this later. Here, your meal. Thanks. Ouch, it's hot. You're about the only person who can burn his tongue twice in one visit. Hey, I was starving. I haven't had a good meal all day. Anyhow, don't you think we've been getting more and more of these thugs in town? Probably because Woodrow's out searching for Miles. So they think nobody's gonna stop them. Miles sure knows how to be a pain in the neck. He left the plate without a word to look for fuel, only to disappear without a trace. And now Woodrow's gotta go look for him. What choice did he have? We don't have enough fuel to go around. Besides, don't matter what he ran into. He can deal with anything, man or beast, in 3 seconds flat. What if Woodrow's too late? Alright, enough yapping. Finish your bean stew. Just worried. Here, it's my last bit of butter. Now shut your trap, will you? Kids, you awake? There may be ambushers in the forest. The recon team has gone ahead to scout the area, and if they need any fire support, we can't just be napping in the transport. So get off your butts, pick up your gear, and cover yourselves. On the count of 3. Flashbang. Ugh, my eyes. I feel that. What's wrong? Franca! It's the glare from the snow. I'm pretty sure I gave you a reminder of what to look out for when fighting in a snowfield. Where are your sunglasses? Guess I didn't think it through. Whatever. I'll have to make do with what I have on hand. Hey, RIC. Welcome. Good to see you. How are things looking up ahead? Patience. The situation's a little tricky right now. The snow's too thick, so it's hard to spot any enemies in hiding. It'll take some time to pinpoint their location. This is supposed to be a power plant repair job. And now we've got to clear out bandits too? Guess I'll just think of it as charity work. What do you say, kids? Ready to go. Seems my lackeys can't wait anymore, Captain. Can we get in touch with the Davistown's officers? They said they'll send someone to meet us at the entrance to the plate. But there's not much they can do in the way of combat support outside. Wow, such hospitality. Good to know I won't be getting lost in town at any rate. It's a nearly bankrupt mining platform. We can't ask too much of them. They reported the power plant explosion and subsequent fuel leakage to the state government at the start of the year, but nobody cared. All things considered, they've dealt with it pretty well, so the pollution hasn't spread much. But the plant itself is almost beyond repair, certainly more than the locals can handle. Hold up, the start of the year? How come they're only contacting us now? You think a tiny municipality has the budget for that? They never spend a dime until they're out of options. At the time, the plant could still barely support the platform's movements. A few months ago, it stopped working entirely. Now, I doubt it can provide its most basic function: heating. It's minus 14 degrees here, and colder at night. So is it all bad news, or... Based on the map, Davistown is just up ahead. You should see it as soon as you get out of the woods. Anything more exciting? Perfect timing. We've located all our targets. You can start clearing them out. Lovely. One last thing before I hop to it. Where are Jessica and Laura? You send them somewhere? The enemy camp. There's a local being held captive there, without too many guards. Wasn't a good idea to send too big of a force. Okay, gotcha. I'll clean this up ASAP. Hey, we've been hanging you here for an hour, old man. You thirsty? Need a sip of water? He has a hat that says sucks on it. Currently his life does seem to suck too. Poor old man. He does not deserve this. If you ain't saying nothing, that means yes, right? Picks up a handful of snow from the ground. He looks like he's having fun. Oh, I'm sure. Here, have as much as you want. No need to thank me. Please, let me go. I have nothing on me. What are you saying? It's so boring out here in the snow. We finally run into you. Been a while since I had some fun. Enough messing around. I'd like some peace and quiet, so hurry up and deal with him. You hear that, old man? You're so loud you're bothering my buddy here. We gotta shut you up. Ugh. Freak. Everyone else is out ambushing the caravan, and we're stuck in here guarding the camp. And when they get back, they'll be loaded with loot, and we'll have to settle for the scraps. You telling me you're okay with that? If you aren't going to, I'll take care of him myself. What are you going to do? Quiet. It'll be over soon. No! Ugh. Who's there? Who are you? Shh, quiet. I'm gonna untie you. Keep your voice down and follow me. Can you do that? This is Laura. I've secured the hostage. How are things on your end? All done, but... Are you hurt? No, but my comms... broke. It's fine. I can deal with it. Thanks. No need to thank me. Okay. I'll take the hostage to the rendezvous point. See you later. Later. I'm taking you with me. Coming at me head on. You're one brave fella. Ugh. That was the last one. Reporting in, Captain. All targets neutralized. Okay. We're getting ready to leave too. We should be rendezvousing with you in a few minutes. Wait there for Jessica and Laura. Hey, hello? What's going on over there? There's no need for comms at this distance. Just had to come early, huh? Someone once told me that playing pranks after combat could help alleviate stress. Hey Rykon, welcome. Wow, you're getting better at this. I learned from the best. I love those two. Maybe I should start the black steel niche. That could be cool. Ah, God, fuck. 15-second blank. Got it. It's always louder than I expect. There we go. Ugh. I hate doing planks on my carpet, but it's whatever. The weather here's real temperamental, huh? It was all clear just earlier, but it's already starting to fog up. We've checked your injuries, Mr. Miles. The bruise on your abdomen doesn't seem serious, but I suggest you visit the hospital as soon as you can. Hospital? Davistown ain't had a hospital in a long time. Good. We're heading to Davistown too. We can take you back. What are you folks up to there? Relax, sir. We were dispatched to help the plate restart its operations. We brought some fuel and supplies. These should be enough for the residents to last until the power plant is repaired. But y'all bring any technicians? The plant was already on its last legs. Without any technicians, the blasted weather will kill us the moment it goes out for good. Calm down, sir. I'm the lead technician on the team. Call me Laura. Nice to meet you. I'm Miles, a Davistown boiler worker. Thank you. So, why'd you leave the plate? It's dangerous out here. We're almost completely out of fuel, so I came out to try my luck. But if y'all are here to fix the plant, can we get going now? 1 second. Let me ask Jessica where she is. Hey, Jessica, it's Laura. You done there? I'm all finished. Then hurry up and get over here. Hey, Jessica? Jessica! She looks so cute. Laura, where are you? I'll head over right now. Laura? Hello? Hello? Why did the communicator have to break down now of all times? Let me check the coordinates. Where's the camp? How come there isn't as much as a marker? Where am I? I'm not lost, am I? Calm down. You're near Davistown. You aren't far from the plate. I guess I'll have to wait for the wind to stop. So cold. Jessica breathes a sigh and puts her hand in her pocket. Her fingers feel the velvet pouch in her bag, as well as a small, hard object inside. She takes out the pouch and pours out its contents. Flashback time. Reporting. Cliff. Here he is. You, huh? Captain Liscarm encountered a windstorm on her way back and hasn't been able to return to the landship. I'm standing in for her debriefing. Have you received the Davistown mission notice? Yes, sir. What about the details? Have you read it over yet? We will be heading to Davistown, a mining platform with a small residential area. The platform is currently stranded in the forests of eastern Columbia due to a power plant explosion. Our mission is to repair the plant and restore the plate's mobility. Good. If I remember correctly, the supplies were issued today. What about the follow-up arrangements? That's all it said in our orders. Never mind. There's no harm in telling you. As soon as Davistown returns to its original route, Fort Barron will be there to tow it to a nearby nomadic city for merging and salvage. Why are you telling me this? Jessica, ever since you got back from Victoria, you haven't been putting in as much effort as before. Sir, I'm not sure that's a fair appraisal. I've been giving it my all in every mission, and have fulfilled every mission objective. Just last month, you refused an order to evacuate an area polluted with iridium dust. There was someone nearby who needed rescuing. Half a year ago, during an assault operation, you violated your superior's order and specifically chose a route away from the residential areas. Your entire team almost got caught up in an unnecessary battle. The original plan would have caused significant damage to the local residences. A year ago, when you had just returned from Victoria, you immediately charged into the command center. If you'd been carrying a firearm, I would have thought you were mutinying. Sorry, sir. I wasn't able to control my emotions. But hundreds of Victorian citizens were. I understand your anger, but have you ever considered what would have happened if we hadn't evacuated as soon as possible? If a Duke were to find out that Black Steel, a Colombian company, was in the area. To the countries involved, this would have sparked a conflict. But to normal folks, we'd call that a disaster. That does make sense when you put it like that, but what does this have to do with our upcoming mission? I'm just trying to remind you to avoid making the same mistake you made in Victoria. The same mistake? What do you mean exactly? And while you're at it, take this pouch. Give what's inside to a man from Davistown named Woodrow Bianchi. Could you describe him at all? Like his features or race? No need. You'll know who he is the moment you see him. Sir, I still don't understand. It's just a power plant repair. Why? Let me remind you, Jessica. You're a mercenary. This is about business, not duty. Now go. Jessica picks up the bullet that fell from the pouch and holds it under the sunlight to examine it. Rimmed cartridge. 44. There's a pattern etched into the bottom. No, it's too faint. I can't make it out. Sancta ammo. Looks pretty much like the etched ammo we use at Black Steel. The casing is rusted, and the surface's copper has browned. Even under the direct sunlight, there is hardly any luster. Jessica breathes a sigh and puts it back inside the pouch. Make the same mistake I made in Victoria? What's going on in Davistown? Suddenly, she hears a sound that isn't the wind. Don't move, girl. Not unless you want a bullet through the chest. Not my girl Jessica, no. Oh. Before we continue, I actually want to check something. Because now I'm very curious. I'm sorry for going off topic. but I wanted to check Black Steel real quick. Wherever it may be. Okay, I do have them all. So if I wanted to do a Black Steel sort of niche instead of what I was going for before, this would be the team. Problem is, I don't think this team includes a healer. So I'd still be in the same situation I was in before, but it's whatever.
Glad to see you again, Doctor.
Yeah, she's a shifter. She pulls. Let's get right back into it. Sorry for the pause. In a panic, Jessica reaches for the handgun at her waist, but fear keeps her fingers straddled atop the holster, unable to bend. She smells something vaguely rank upon the wind. Don't do anything rash now. From the thicket, a hunter walks into Jessica's line of sight, smoking gun in hand with a wide-brimmed hat covering his eyes. She turns and looks behind her to see the body of a wild beast lying in the snow, blood still flowing from the wound in its head. You ought to keep your wits about you here. Thank you for saving me. Just passing by. The elderly man stows his gun and walks straight towards the beast's body. He draws a knife and slices open its stomach, clean and precise, to keep the blood from spilling out. He then sticks both hands into its belly and gives out a long sigh. It's so damn cold around here. Excuse me, sir, but are you a local hunter? Suppose so. Do you know how to get to Davistown? The hell are you going there for? I'm meeting up with my teammates. You ain't alone? Well, my team split up to rescue a hostage from some bandits. But afterward I broke my communicator and got lost in the woods. A hostage? Who? An elderly Forte man. Didn't expect to be you people. Alright then, follow me. Where are we going? Didn't you say you were heading for Davistown? But... Don't say I didn't offer. The old man pays her no more heed. He stands up, slings the carcass over his shoulders, and briskly walks deeper into the forest. Wait up. Sure about leaving Jessica all alone out there? I know you're worried, and so am I. But after fighting by her side for so many years, I trust that she's perfectly capable of handling herself. I'm just worried there are more bandits out there. A couple of stragglers, sure, but what if they got a whole band of reinforcements? Jessica's been through much worse than a bunch of thugs. Whether it's a rain of arrows whizzing past her scalp, blades nicking her throat, or surroundings choked with active iridium, where even a single crack in her protective gear would be immediately evident. Each and every time she completes the mission, without our support, and without the company's supervision. She may be on her own, but she never fails to deliver results. I can't deny that. But I'm sure you also know that she comes back every time with red, swollen eyes. So before she returns, someone has to be there for her when she's bawling her eyes out, right? What do those puffy eyes mean? They mean that she's wiped her tears before coming to see us. She doesn't want anyone to see her crying. Yeah, she's only 23. She's 23? Holy shit. Wait a second. I think this is one of the first stories that I remember, by the way, reading that actually tells someone what someone's age actually is. Jessica is 23 right now. Holy crap. Yes, 23. And 2.5 of those last 3 years have been spent on the battlefield. Jessica was 21? Wait, 20? Her basic form is 20 years older? Jessica base form is 20 years old? I freaked out when they revealed her age. She's older than me. She's younger than me. But, I also didn't expect it to be that close to how old I am. Though in a couple weeks, I'll be another year older. So, there's that. Oh wow. Oh wow, to which part? Because yeah, knowing she's 23, that's pretty interesting. Excuse me, but did an explosion just go off nearby? Nope. I could swear I heard something. Pretty sure I wasn't imagining it. Was a tree, not an explosion. A tree. If it gets too cold in the forest, the sap inside expands as it freezes, causing the trunk to burst. From a distance, it sounded a bit like a firefight. What are you, anyway? Soldier? Merc? I have been a mercenary for almost 5 years now. Family in debt or something? No, I just didn't want to always be sheltered by my family name. I don't want to follow the path that they laid out for me. So you went and became a merc? Yes. So what are you looking for on the battlefield? Fame, fortune, or glory? None of the above. I want to eliminate crises, resolve conflicts, and protect those in dangerous situations. Huh. So there are mercs who do that kind of stuff. News to me. Sir, we're no ordinary mercenary group. Let me remind you, Jessica, you're a mercenary. This is about business, not duty. we... Alright, enough of that. Don't give me your whole spiel. Sorry to bother you two, but are we talking about that seasoned mercenary with 5 years of combat experience? Yeah? Why? Got anything to add, Laura? You two have worked with Jessica a lot longer than me, so you've got a much better grasp on her abilities and limitations than I do, right? What, so you think she can handle it on her own? Of course. Captain Liskarm is right. She's been to far more dangerous places over the last 3 years. I love how Franca's so worried about her. So wholesome. Well, I can't help but worry when I think about that crybaby side of her. We all know she's gonna be perfectly fine. Am I wrong? She doesn't know that. Yeah, she's the only one. But maybe she needs a chance. Just one chance to see her own worth. And you're saying that this is her opportunity? I wouldn't go that far. Sir, excuse me, sir. You're awful noisy, young lady. I didn't mean to bother you, but if you could please take a look over there. Jessica points to a trap next to a tree in the distance. There, a beast cub's forelimbs are tightly clamped between metal teeth. The cub whines as blood seeps out of the trap's steel bite. After the old hunter takes notice, he sets down the beast's carcass, walks over to the tree, unties the trap, and frees the cub. It's just a cub. Maybe we can let it go. If its mother is in the area, we could take a quick look around. Also, I heard that during the winter, hunters will often let mothers and cubs go so the pack can reproduce. Its mother is right here. You mean the beast you just killed? I've seen this female with her cubs a few times before. Now the mother's been shot to death, and the cub stepped in some sloppily placed trap, so its pelt is all ruined. So what should we do with it? Wring its neck. Put it out of its misery. How could you say that? What else? It won't last long on a broken leg with no mother. You want to leave it here to die a slow death? You won't hear me complaining. So there's no way for it to survive? Nope. Could you please hand it to me then? You want to finish the job? Be my guest. Shh. It'll be alright, little fella. Everything will be alright. Jessica holds the cub in her arms and gently runs her fingers down its fur. She doesn't do anything else. She patiently waits for the cub's whines to gradually fade away until they disappear completely. I couldn't save it, but at least I can let it go in a warm embrace. Merc's doing hospice care, huh? That's another first for me. Do you mind if I leave it here? I think the mother is a good enough catch on its own. What, you want me to bury it for you too? Hold a funeral while we're at it. No. Every animal in the forest is hungry during the winter. If we leave it here, maybe one of them can have a good meal. I might be a bit of softy, but that doesn't mean I'm completely oblivious. If you get it, then try to keep up, Miss Mercenary. I'm guessing you don't want to get lost in the woods again. The winds cleared the fog. Sir, did you bring us here just to get a view of Davistown? When I was little, I loved running to the high places near the plate, just to get a good look at the town I lived in. What was it like back then? Livelier, more glamorous, more full of life. As for now, well, there's no going back. No turning back the clock. Ugh, it's freaking cold. Can't believe they shipped us off to a place like this. Franca, what's on your mind? I was just thinking about Jessica again. What about her? Didn't you say you weren't worried? I was thinking about that opportunity we were talking about. Oh, you mean the chance for her to see her own worth? Who knows? Maybe one day it'll come to her in a gust of wind. Freaking cold one. So cold it makes her shiver all over. But it'll sweep away all the fog before her eyes. And everything will become as clear as day. I just hope that what she sees then won't be anything like what we're looking at. They want her to have a different life than the merc life that they live. Amidst the dispersing fog, huge tracks formed of fallen trees and broken branches can be seen winding down the hillside towards the center of the valley. At their end is an abandoned plate. Despite the distance, everyone can clearly see an energy tower rising from the middle of it, feebly wheezing out puffy white breaths, like a dying patient struggling for air. Gotta get a drink. Or, you know what? Drink's too early. I'm gonna use one of my honey drops. Can't have my throat dying on me this early. Still got a few more to go. Quite a few more to go, actually. At least for today's stream. Brr. Helena. Ain't it way too cold in here today? Almost out of charcoal. Have to save some for later. Just burn that mountain of bills piling up at my place. The bank's just gonna send more anyhow. Did you catch a cold? Come on. Let's swing around to my place and grab a stack of that waste paper. Why do you think I'm coughing? Not in front of her. Oh, if it ain't Sylvia. Oh, she's cute. Good morning, Mr. Thurman. What brings someone from the bank out here to our shabby little establishment? Something wrong? Sorry. Leon, I ain't seen Benny in a while. What's the kid been up to? Busy with his studies. Got his nose in a book till dawn every night. Didn't the school close down a while ago? Our neighbor, Miss Selena, used to be a school teacher. She reckoned it'd be a real shame for Benny to miss out on all that book learning. So she's been letting him study at her place. Huh. Good for him. Benny's always been a smart kid. And he was real shook when he learned he wouldn't be able to go to school no more. So, can you give me all your luck so I can get a god run for bingo? I need to get out of the hell that is third place and get my first. Well, I wish you luck, Beef. Good luck in the bingo. You're welcome. Do your best. Yeah, he was so anxious that whole year. He'll try good. Mr. Thurman, actually, I could teach Benny too. All right, you graduated from the best business school in Columbia. And what's he supposed to learn from you? How to become a banker so he can bury people in bills too when he grows up. Leon, eat your damn breakfast before it freezes over. I need to get to work, so I'll be leaving now. I'll leave the money on the table. You know she ain't responsible for any of the loans here in Davistown, right? What are you giving her lip for? And let her have a heart-to-heart with the others. They'll be even harsher, I guarantee it. But still, we watched her grow up. That's exactly why. Pisses me off even more. Sorry to keep you waiting, ma'am. Hope we're not too late. Oh, hello. It's fine. You're not late at all. What would you like me to call you? You can call me, Achoo! How long have you been standing here, ma'am? Since this morning. The message only said you'd be arriving today, but not the specific time. But it's already afternoon. You've been standing here this whole time. Yes. 3 hours ago, we sent a notification to the plate, updating them on our ETA. I didn't get anything of the sort. That's weird. Who sent you? The manager. Manager? That's not a title I'm used to hearing in government work. Actually, I'm not from the government. I work for a local bank. Since when is a bank in charge of this? Actually, Davistown is. We're here, Captain Liscarm. Is this woman the one in charge of our reception? Wait, Sylvia? They sent you here for this? That's right, sir. Hey, old man. Any idea why the government sent a banker to pick up instead? You best ask the bank directly. I'm sure ain't gonna be able to explain all the twists and turns. Alright then, Franca. Go ahead and take the gentleman home. And while you're at it, take a walk around Davistown to get a better grasp of the situation here. Understood. Laura, bring the others with you and find a good place for a safe house where we can securely stow our supplies and vehicles. If you manage to get a hold of Jessica, report it to me right away. Got it. Sylvia and I will head to the bank to find out exactly what's going on here. That's our teacher's pet for you. Thanks for volunteering for the hard part. Where should we regroup once we're all finished? Y'all can meet up at the only diner still open in town. It's right by the only road to the mine, run by a real nice lady named Helena. And if this Jessica of yours finds her way into town, I reckon that's where she'll end up too. It's decided then. The bank is right up ahead, miss. People have been avoiding us the whole way here. Had I known, I'd have asked Franca to take my equipment back with her first. No, that's not why. Ugh. You asshole, you run into someone and don't even apologize? It's over. Sir, are you okay? It's all over. Sir, what happened? What's going on? He looks like his soul has left his body. Where is he going? Do you recognize him, Sylvia? No, let's, head to the bank first. Oh, this is getting, suspicious. Along with the rapid development of pioneer settlements, nomadic plates, both large and small, have also been springing up. Oh! So, in the future, rather than all the cities having the ability to move themselves to avoid catastrophes, now villages and small towns are also getting such treatment, which is really nice. That is good for the world itself. Because I don't remember, besides land ships, any small towns and villages actually getting something like that. So this is a new development. This is just future development for the world. And of course it's after the Victoria arc, which is still yet to finish. So I wonder what they'll do after arc 2 of the story is done. Will they push even further into the story, like after all these events? Or will they just continue with things before all these events happen again? I think it'd be really cool if they did stuff after the fact, because then we'd be able to see all the altars come into play. If the characters actually went through the main, got introduced into like an arc 3, like we'd be able to see Jessica alter. We've already seen Jessica alter in arc 2, but we'd be able to see her more. We'd be able to see like Texas alter. Maybe Cruise alter, that'd be cool. Lava alter. All these would be really cool to see. Like, upgrades to what they were, but in the main story again. I think it'd be really cool if they did something like that. Then Hamia would also grow older as well, and maybe they change her model again. Who knows? But at the time, very few financial institutions in Colombia were specialized in pioneering. After looking deeply into the living conditions of the countless pioneers on the frontier's edge, our founder decided to plant his roots alongside them and established the first bank to provide practical financial support to the lower and middle classes. He prided himself in building trust, showing kindness and doing his best to provide attentive service to everyone who walked through his doors in the rough and tumble frontier. Very strong advocate of someone who believes that once all the 3 stars get alters, they should introduce a new wave of 3 stars representing the new recruits. That could be cool. I don't know how they would do the 3 stars for like recruitment though. Maybe they could do a new wave, more 4 stars, maybe. because they do introduce more 4-stars. And instead of, like, because of how difficult the things Rhodes Island comes across, they would need more, like, experienced characters or operators. So they, rather than recruiting people who barely have any experience to go into the front lines, maybe they only get to the front lines when they become 4-stars. So we wouldn't get 3-stars, but those quote unquote 3-stars would be training until they become 4-stars, and then we get, and those 4-stars are able to be used. Or it's also a possibility of just making them 5-stars in that sense. But you know what I'm getting at. He prided himself in building trust, showing kindness, and doing his best to provide attentive service to everyone who walked through his doors in the rough and tumble frontier. I think I already said that. Whoops. It wasn't long before his hard work and empathy won him wide recognition. Then we began forming close and fruitful partnerships with local governments, working together with mining and pioneering companies to help them flourish and expand rapidly into settlements just like Davistown. Quite the legend, wouldn't you say? Or wouldn't you agree? And who might you be? Sorry for keeping you waiting, Miss Lisgarn. I'm this bank's manager. My sincerest apologies for not being able to welcome you in person earlier. We are aware of the problems facing Davistown. A few inconveniences are to be expected. However, no need to be reserved. Feel free to speak your mind. I think she was about to do that anyway. We were planning to liaison with the local government, not a bank. What exactly happened to the government here? Sylvia, did you not explain the situation? Manager, Sylvia stood alone in the cold for the better part of the day. If you ask me, what she needs right now is a hot water and a blanket. Of course. Sylvia, take half a day off to go home and get some rest. Okay. I'll see you later then, miss. Oh, Sylv. Miss Lisgarn, is there anything else you need? Please let me know. Resources are scarce on this plate, but we will do everything in our power to accommodate you. I appreciate the sentiment, but please do not try to change the subject. Why is it that Blacksteel's client was the local government, but we're being greeted by your bank's employees? Where are the heads of the local government agencies? Please come with me. Something happened. Something big happened for a government just to stop existing. Well, that answers my question. Are you telling me that your government officials are in the bank's garage? During last year's bankruptcy liquidation, the local government cut most of their departments and laid off most of their employees. But that wasn't enough to pay off the massive debts they still held. In the end, the remaining government buildings were put up for auction as well. What about the mayor then? Where is he? Unfortunately, after the last mayor ran off with hardly a penny to his name, the townsfolk never found a suitable candidate to replace him. As you can see, all that remains today is the mayor's secretary and a few temporary employees. It's okay. If the bank hadn't generously provided us with free office space, we'd be out on the streets. It's just the right thing to do. Besides, it's nothing compared to what you've been through. Seeing as the government is still functioning, can we... No. I mean, as much as we'd like to help you, we simply don't have the manpower to support your work. Then who's in charge of matters concerning our job here? You've given full authority over that woman standing next to you. Go to her for anything you might need. Absolutely. My door is always open. I certainly hope you can issue a formal document showing this authorization. Mr. Secretary, when can she expect that document? I'll have it ready right away. The official seal somehow went missing yesterday, so I've sent someone to go look for it. Thank you. Now then, I'm very much looking forward to a mutually beneficial partnership. I'll show you to my office. Try not to dawdle, as we have many things to discuss before our work begins in earnest. Sure. Wait, just a moment, ma'am. What is it now? Well, it's been way too cold in here recently. Would you mind turning up the heat in the garage a smidge? Everyone's freezing down here. Of course. I'll always do my best to accommodate your needs. She seemed hesitant on the shore. I'm not so sure about what's going on here. Have you and your teammates decided on a rendezvous point? Not yet, but it'll be fine. I'll find somewhere to wait for them on my own. Achoo! So bad at fake sneezing, I'm so sorry. Never doing that again. There's a diner in Davistown. Waiting there. Where is it? Oh, you don't need to take me there. General directions should be fine. Forget it. Just come with me. He doesn't trust her sense of direction. She's already got lost once. The pale man again. Huh? Is he one of the plate's residents? That man. Why doesn't he have anything with him? Excuse me, sir. Where are you going? Hello? Are you leaving the plate? It's not safe out here. Over here. I'm talking to you. Look over here. Can you hear me? Sir? Sir? The man doesn't respond to Jessica's calls and simply continues shuffling towards the snow in silence. In front of him, the vast white stretches as far into the distance, blending into the dark, ashen sky. From Jessica's perspective, the vast snowfield gradually squeezes the man into a pale blue line. After a short while, he shrinks into a small dot, then finally disappears into the white. Nothing remains to prove he was even there, save for the tracks he left behind. Jessica, you might want to keep moving. See, even he agrees with me. He's older. Are you coming or not? I'll be right there. I'm back, Helena. Woody, about time. Wait, where's Miles? He was rescued by this girl's friends. And who are you? She's a merc I met on the way. Her communicator broke, and she got separated from her teammates. So I brought her into town to wait for them. Mind if I take a look at the communicator? Might be able to fix it up for you. Here. Sorry to bother you like this. No problem. You guys saved Miles, so what's a little communicator between friends? That said, why come here of all places? We received a commission from the local government to help Davistown restore its power facilities and get the plate back onto its navigation route. God, my nose is itchy today. What the fuck? Ah! Ah! That's gonna bug the shit out of me. More than it already has. Hold on, girl. Could you repeat that? Restore our powers facilities? You ain't pulling my leg, are you? What do you mean, what the fuck? My nose is itchy as fuck. I can't do anything about that. You should see the goofy grin on your face. Young lady, regardless of why you and your companions are here, thank you so much for rescuing Miles. I've been so worried I ain't slept a wink in days. Alright. All well that ends well? And got anything to eat? Didn't have nothing ready, but looks like you brought something back for me. Oh, right. A mother beast? Sorry, it was my fault. No use fretting over something like that this time of year. Nothing beats meat. Fair enough. Okay, you two. Sit your butts down and grab something to drink. I'll prepare the meat. Hey, why are you getting up to leave? Weren't you gonna eat? Change of plans. Sir, how badly damaged is the communicator? Nothing serious. Come on, let's go take a look around my warehouse. Might be some spare parts we can use. Stop tinkering for a second and give this a try. Deep fried? Now this is the good stuff. But this definitely ain't enough for everyone. If you're worried about that, then stop scarfing it all down. The poor girl still ain't had a piece. It's totally fine. He helped me fix my communicator, so he deserves to eat his fill. It barely counts for anything. He's so cold. It's so cold around these parts. We all gotta help each other out, just to get by. Give us a holler if you ever need anything. Thank you. I appreciate it, ma'am. By the way, I happened to see someone a ways out from the plate. He wasn't carrying anything and wouldn't respond when I called out to him. He just kept walking deeper and deeper into the snow until I couldn't see him anymore. Did something happen to him? You're a guest here, young lady. Don't worry your pretty little head over stuff like that, and just fill your tummy first, okay? Everyone in town seems to know what's going on. So it's definitely not new. Then would you mind if I asked you two about someone else? Kids these days. Barely stepped on the plate and already so many questions. Alright, fine. Ask away. I wanted to know about a man named Woodrow Bianchi. Who? Sorry, I guess you're not familiar with him. I'll try asking someone else. No, that ain't the problem. You sure you're not confused? Woodrow's the man who brought you here, though. Figured. She did call him Woody as he walked in. Oh, nose. I promise you, I'm not joking. My nose is seriously itchy right now, and I have nothing I can do about it. Once we read one more story beat, by the way, the before part, we'll be halfway done with the stream. Today's stream. I think I'll be setting up another one for Thursday. But we're only halfway, so let's continue. What? Hey, Jessica, where are you going? I need to go find him. Jessica! Hey, it's Franca. Franca? Laura? What are you doing here? Reporting in. I've confirmed Jessica's location. She was, in fact, at said diner, and her lips are currently covered in oil. Best guess is that she's been getting acquainted with the menu. Understood. I'm just about finished on my end as well. Damn, you didn't have to call her out like that. Took you long enough, teacher's pet. We were starving out here. It was hard to find this place. It's in the middle of nowhere. Well, whatever. Let's just find something to tide us over. Miss, I'm extremely grateful you brought Miles home, but if you're gonna complain about my cooking, that's an entirely different matter. Complain? What's there to complain about in this weather? Isn't that right, Laura? Yeah, of course. It's absolutely delicious. Better than anything my mom or grandma ever made, that's for sure. Good to hear there are still folks out there who appreciate the craft. So what do they do for a living, sweetie? Are they cooks? My mom's a doctor, and my grandma's an engineer. Neither of them know their way around a kitchen, so my dad did all the cooking. Hey, don't you think you're enjoying that a little too much? Whoa, easy there. A meeting, see? A meeting. Excuse me, ma'am. Do you have anything to drink? I'd like a glass of water. Sure thing. Just a moment. Picking up a random empty glass on the table, the restaurant owner, throws open the window and scoops up a cup full of thick snow. Give it a bit to melt and it'll be drinkable. I guess that's one way to get water, yeah. That is indeed one way to get water. Yup. Just scoop up a bunch of snow and just wait. By the way, Captain, did you ever find out why we met up with someone from the bank? The government here is barely functional and doesn't have the capacity to interface with us, so they left the matter entirely to the bank. They left it to who? Well, what did the folks at the bank say? It roughly boils down to two things. We have their full support, and the details will be discussed at a later date. Sounds like we got our work cut out for us. But you're not the type to come here and eat your sorrows away, right? They're lacking in supplies and manpower, but they do have money. Money's the only thing we're not short on, though. That said, assuming the bank keeps their word, what do you think about hiring on a few of the locals? Ever since the power plant incident, most of the people on this plate have chosen to leave. It's hard to say how many able-bodied workers are left. That explains how a few lights are on outside. It's barely 8 o'clock. To be honest, we don't need that many people either. I can handle the repair work with just my team. What we really need is someone with deep understanding of the situation in the energy tower. Is the bank offering any good candidates? Nope. About that. Sir? I was so busy fixing up your communicator that I forgot to introduce myself. The name's Leon Thurman, a blast engineer from the local mine. Pleased to meet you. A blast engineer from the mine? Why are you still here after all this time? A few of us stubborn old farts refuse to leave. I've been in this mine since I was 4. Wouldn't know how to live anywhere else. When the plant first started having problems back then, I took a team down there to deal with it. Though we never managed to fix it entirely. We did get it up and running for a while. I'm impressed. It's still working to this day. That's all in the past now. Nothing worth mentioning. But how would I be paid for this exactly? Oh, that. The commission's supposed to be completed ASAP, so we're not paid per dime. Only the required room and board expenses are covered. After the plant is repaired, we'll be paid in a lump sum. The faster we get it done, the bigger the reward. Of course, we can also offer you a portion of the payment in advance, in the interest of cooperation. And how much we talking here? You'll be treated as a consultant. If we get the job done in 2 months, you'll get 40K. In a month, twice that. In a week, twice that again. A bit more than that. You'll be able to earn yourself a solid 200 grand. Holy crap. Deal! Didn't even think twice, huh? I ain't turning down 200 grand. Sure, but where would you even spend that kind of cash here? Depends how old you are. For a young guy, 200 grand is enough to eat, drink, and play to your heart's content. When you're my age, just another drop in the bucket called debt. Yep, feel that. Debt? Are you in debt? Not just me. Everyone left here is in debt. How do I put this? Well, I'll give it to you straight. You asked about a guy who walked out in the snowfield earlier, right? It's probably because of his debts. That kind of stuff happens all the time here. After being forced into bankruptcy, he had no choice but to walk straight into the snowfield with nothing on him. Damn, what are the odds he's still alive? I knew I should have stopped him. If we go looking for him right now, can we still save him? That ain't even worth thinking about. It's too late. It's not your fault, Jessica. So, Laura, is there anything you'd like to discuss with Mr. Thurman? Oh, right. Come back here tomorrow and meet up with us, sir. If you have any materials, bring them with you too. Alright, no problem. I know a few miners too, and they can also... That won't be necessary. You're enough. Don't be like that. Can't hurt to recruit a few more. Put yourself in our shoes. All that able-bodied folks are gone, and the only people left are old farts like me. Well, thanks for coming to see me, Benny. I'll be fine though. So head on home. Stay out any later, and Leon's gonna be worried sick about you again. I still haven't decided on my writing exercises. Besides, I don't want to go home. That is... never mind. Basically, haha, debt. I ain't paying it until I'm dead. By which I mean I'll be too dead to care. Yep. Sounds about right. That's why he was like, it's all over. Because it was basically all over for him. Accurate to your username. Oh. Damn, beef. Damn. I know Leon's got a bit of a temper, but even after all these years, his feelings for you have never... I understand all that, but... Exactly. I'll join Ambriel in the tax evasions. Oh, God. You warm enough? Should I throw a few more logs onto the fire? Don't worry, it's fine. By the way, about those people who brought you home today, was that the same Black Steel squad that rescued you? Yep, they're here to help us fix the energy tower. When it's all up and running and the heat's working again, we won't even need this fireplace. But even if the tower can be fixed up, that doesn't mean the plate will come back to life. You're gonna go bald early if you keep worrying about crap like that. Someone has to worry about it, because Dad sure won't. And who else is going to? There was Carl, but he's gone now too. Benny. Miles. Are you there, Miles? Thank goodness. I found us a great job. We can fix up the power plant and make piles of cash while we're at it. Dad? What are you doing here? Oh, you were here, Benny? Well, you can stay and keep studying. I need to take Miles to meet those Black Steel girls. I already met them. They're the ones who rescued me. Me and my memory. Did you already ask the others? I asked all over town. They're either already gone, getting ready to leave, or have given up altogether. You and I are the only ones still willing to put in the work on that plant. God, there's so many things I want to say about this story, but I don't want to risk spoilers or build anticipation. Good on you. The safe house isn't expected to be completely ready for use until tomorrow night. So we'll be establishing this as our temporary rendezvous point. Laura, as of tomorrow, the engineering team will be under your command. We must restore this plate's mobility as soon as possible. No problem. As for Franks and Jessica, I have some odd jobs for the two of you. I need one person to come with me to pay the bank another visit, and the other needs to head to the outskirts of the plate to make a security assessment. Employees from the bank have said that bandits occasionally come from out there. Can I volunteer to head to the outskirts? Sure, why not? Which means I'll be going with old Liskarm here. See the big of a headache these bank people are gonna be. Everyone please note that while most of the tower is basically safe due to the active dust settling down over a long period of time, there are still areas where the index exceeds standard values. I've already synced your devices with the specific danger zones. This will be a hot repair, and the tower is still in operation, albeit at a low output. So please pay attention to your personal safety and report any accidents ASAP. Thanks, you two. You save us a lot of time poking around at the danger zones one by one. I've worked here for most of my life. This place more my home than that crappy room in the underpass. Then sorry in advance for making a bit of a mess. Wouldn't have it any other way. Gah. So badly damaged, but it's still burning? This is practically a miracle. Miles and I reinforced the furnace a few years back, both to prevent accidents and to let it burn things other than Iridium fuel. First time a winter like this struck, and we still had some leftover Iridium products lying around. But later we were lucky to have wood to burn. As for now, all we can do is assess the situation. Team A is in place. Everyone else, report your location and status. We'll begin diagnostics in 1 minute. Team B in place. Visual inspection shows approximately 30% damage to the combined cycle unit. Team C in place. The cooling system is completely wrecked, but since it's so cold outside, we can throw together a makeshift air cooling system. Team D in place. The ash discharging air duct is operating normally. We'll adjust our pace depending on the other team's needs. Well then, everyone, let's get to work. Hell yeah. They don't use that often, do they? They usually do like a fade in and out. But that time they did it like a slide. I think that's the first time I've seen that. Or at least remember or notice that. It doesn't happen often, is what I'll say. Ah. Nose. Captain, I've arrived at the last patrol point. Any signs of bandits along the way? No, I drove all the way out here without seeing anything. Frank and I will be entering talks with the bank shortly. Be careful. If you encounter any problems, contact us immediately. Don't worry about inconveniencing us. Do you understand? Roger that. Helena said that Woodrow often passes by here after hunting. I don't know if I'll be able to meet him today. Why does it smell like pine oil here? Pine branches. Did someone start a fire? Someone's been through here, but who? Could it be Woodrow coming back to the plate? Ha! Woodrow, wait for me! Someone else is back there. Oh no! Woodrow, watch out! Who's there? Oh shit, he brought more bad news. What are you doing here? Sir, there might be bandits roaming in the area. You should head back to safety on the plate as soon as you can. Why did you look so angry? You sure know how to be a pain in the rear. But that mine behind you just tried to snipe you. I came here to save you. You have any idea how hard it was to lure that guy out? And now all that evidence is down the drain, thanks to your bullet. Oh no, sorry, Are you investigating something? Maybe I can help you somehow, to make up for it? Okay, now that you know there are bandits out here, ever thought about what they might be after? Probably looting supplies since it's tough getting by around here. We can barely keep ourselves fed and clothed on the plate. You think they want our scraps? Their MO is to ambush and rob caravans. Then what are they after here? Lately, a bunch of people from the plate have gone missing, and my witnesses tell me of some of them been seen talking to bandits here before they vanished. So my question to you is this. What are you doing here? I was assigned to maintain security along the plate's outskirts and ensure that any bandits wandering the perimeter don't interfere with the power plant's repair. All on your lonesome? No, I have teammates. Besides, aren't you also here? Whatever. Bye. Wait, the bullet! Oh, he's already gone. Poor Jessica. We are now halfway done with today's stream. My nose is still killing me. Why does someone have to think about me this hard today? I am not that special. I'm not that special that you need to make my nose itch this badly. Stop. I must be seeing things. What's wrong? According to the results of the investigation, almost no part of the tower is intact. Everything's either damaged or ruined, and a lot of parts are flat out missing. Should have collapsed ages ago. Same over here. Almost all the spare parts are gone. Even the conveyor belt has been dismantled. Caravan stops by Davistown once every 2 months. We have to trade for our necessities, usually with defunct industrial equipment. Huh, you call that a trade? More like robbing us blind. See that forklift? Hardly ever used and practically new. Well, at least 80% new. Do you know how much the traders offered for it? 10 boxes of canned food. Well, we gotta eat. By the looks of it, the plant was already in extreme disrepair even before the accident. We used to have a whole lot of workers on the job, but now Miles is the only one left. It would be great if he could keep things running on his own, but we'd need about 10 more of him. Tell me about it. Wish I could split myself in 100 copies and put them to use right about now. This job's not as simple as a checklist makes it seem. If we don't play our cards right, we could be stuck here for a whole year. Come on, don't say that. I was counting on that 200 grand after a week. 200 grand, it's nothing. Land yourself a security job with a venture capitalist in Trimonts, I guarantee you'll earn a whole lot more than that. My employer is satisfied with my services. He waved his hand, gave me 200 mil, and whispered in my ear, "Consider this an investment in you. You've earned it." Seriously? 200 mil? For that much money, we could renovate all of Davistown. Just messing with you. I once blew that much money on a little project of black steel. Though, totally not worth it, by the way. She gets paid more? Stop dreaming, girl, and get back to work. The day I say 200 grand is nothing, is never going to happen. I think it's going to be for most of us in this world, especially with the economy going as it is. But I won't go into detail on that. Just so you know, old-timer, count yourself lucky when you hear Laura go off on her random tangents. Her mind's always racing while she's working, so she talks nonsense as a way to release the pressure. If she suddenly stops, it means... It means what? It means the problem's too big, and her brain's short-circuiting. Okay, everyone, listen closely. Stop whatever you're doing, and leave the energy tower back the way you came. Hurry! I mean now! She's quick. Sylvia, can you finish processing the bank statements before 9 tonight? No problem. Then I'll leave you to it. Okay. How long has the management been talking with those two? Situation. The account does not look very optimistic. That is not a wise course of action. Wait, Liskarm, I think I heard something. A blackout? The energy tower. Sorry, something urgent came up. We'll need to confirm the situation first and explain things later. I don't mind. Go right ahead. Oh, looks like the backup power is working. I was hoping we could clock out early because of the blackout. What's the rush? Not like there's anything to do after work. I've just about had it with this damn place. No bars, no nightclubs, just a tiny diner serving barely edible slop. And now even the half-dead energy tower isn't working anymore. Hey, Sylvia, why didn't your mother open up more restaurants when she was mayor? Did she lose her sense of taste or what? Sylvia? Huh? Did she slink away when the power was out? What? The plate? What's going on? Laura? Hello, Laura? Do you copy? Laura! Woodrow, did something happen back in town? I don't know, but things don't look too good. I'm heading back. Give me a ride. Okay. They really are improving these. Did you notice that? They've never done this sort of stuff before. This is all new. Like, I I didn't read like a couple events fully in the past. Like uh the two before this one. But they're definitely doing something new with these event stories. They crop the top and bottom. Then they, instead of just like having them fade in into the screen, they they kind of like moved from the side and went back. Kind of like they were getting in a car, which they did. So I think it's interesting that they're doing more with the story stuff. Like, even though it's only 2D, they're doing a little bit more to make it more than just basic visual novel. Which is always appreciated. In my opinion. I like how they're changing some things. It's not always the same basic stuff all the time now. They're definitely doing things with the visual novel effects during this event, and I'm loving it. Exactly. Where are you, Jessica? Captain Liskarm? Haven't been able to get in touch with Laura. What's going on over there? We were briefly able to make contact with her, but the signal is awful. All we know is an emergency occurred during the repairs, and she isn't in any immediate danger for now. But don't panic. Just worry about yourself, and we'll meet up at Helena's diner. Understood? Got it. Can you make this thing go any faster? Sorry. Stop crying. I'm asking you to speed up, not trying to bully you. Crafton just told you that Laura's not in any danger. Not for now. There's obviously a major problem with the energy tower. So if she doesn't evacuate in time, hypothetically, if she really did have an accident, how would you rushing over help at all? I don't know, but I have to. We're partners. So if I'm not there for her, who else would be? Partners, huh? The roads around Davistown aren't in great shape, so you'd best drive carefully. Watch the turn up ahead. I noticed that part too. Like the car was driving forward. I noticed the background was getting further away. I'm kind of geeking out over all this. I don't normally do this, but I love this game so much, and I'm just loving that they're adding additional effects. It makes me want to see more. I want to see what more they do with it. Thanks for letting us wait here, man. Don't worry about it. The power is out anyhow, and it doesn't matter who helps with the emergency generating. You're here, and the diner's that much warmer for it. Just give me a holler if you need anything. Is that one of our squad members outside the window? Where's Laura and the others? Still inside the tower. What exactly happened in there? Laura suddenly told everyone to stop repairs and evacuate the tower ASAP. Once we were out, she asked all the infected members to stay behind and had everyone else, including Miles and Leon, get as far away as possible. Then she took those people back in and said if she's not out by 8, all the residents on the plate need to be evacuated immediately. Could you confirm the exact situation? She didn't say. Can you try contacting Laura again? That won't work. What about the others? We've still got half the team in there. Enough of this. I'm heading over there myself. Sit down, Franca. Captain, you should know this better than me. Even if there was an explosion in there, it wouldn't take out everyone's communicators all at once. The fact that we can't reach any of them probably means a shit ton of active uranium got released, which is jamming the comms. No matter how you slice it, there's an emergency, Liskarm. And what would rushing over there accomplish? Don't forget what she said. If we don't hear back from her by 8, we need to prepare to evacuate the entire plate. If we went with your plan and something really did happen, who's going to evacuate the residents? The government officials in the bank's garage? What, then we're just going to let Laura and her team fend for themselves while we just sit around? Don't let your concern for them cloud your judgment, Franca. I hate to bother you, but what time is it now? 5:57 p.m. Laura. Oh, it's you, Sylvia. What happened? You all look so tense. An accident occurred while repairing the power plant, but we still don't know the details. We're waiting for follow-up report. No wonder the power went out. Is there anything I can do to help? Sir, where are you going? Heading out for a walk. This place is too damn stuffy. I respect your courage, Sylvia, but what we need right now is patience. My mother, she was the second to last mayor here. She worked here all her life, but she got sick, and I had to get a job. So I joined the bank. I never meant to betray anyone. I don't know what Mr. Theremin told you, but you have to believe me when I say I want to help. You seem to be misunderstanding something. Leon hasn't said a thing about you. Really? Sorry for jumping to conclusions. If you're worried about the energy tower, then you can sit here with us and wait for the news. No, I still think... Fine, I'll wait here with you. If no one else has any objections, this is the plan we'll follow to carry out the evacuation if it comes to it. Thank you for your hard work, everyone. Franca and I will stand guard, so the rest of you can take a breather for the time being. What time is it now, Captain Liskarm? 7, on the dot. Only 1 hour left. I know. Are we really just gonna sit here until 8? This is Jessica, reporting in. I've returned to the squad. Wow. Honestly, I forgot how big plates were, and it makes sense that it took her so long to get here. How's Laura doing? When are we heading out? If you're asking when we're leaving, that'd be 8 o'clock. If you're asking when we're sending backup, I'm not in the mood to argue with a certain Vulver right now. Ask her yourself. And then evacuation? There's less than an hour left. You sure you want to play the waiting game? Excuse me, but who might you be? This is Woodrow, a local, hunter. You two know each other? I'm the one who took her back to town when she got lost outside. We bumped into each other just now, so she gave me a lift. Well, thank you for helping her out, sir. If something went wrong in the energy tower, why y'all standing around out here? We trust in our colleagues' ability to resolve the crisis. They're all professionals at handling iridium pollution. Really now? Your deputy sure ain't as calm about the situation. Sir, if an accident really breaks out, then we need to be on standby to evacuate the residents immediately, and we can only do that by staying here. Awful generous of you to share all of that with an outsider. But I ain't one of your colleagues. If you're not going, I'll check it out myself. That would be extremely dangerous. Thanks for the tip. Wait, Woodrow! What's the matter? I'll go with you. Jessica? Don't be rash. Have some faith in Laura, even if you went... I know. But even if there's not a whole lot I can do, she's still inside that tower. If she makes it out safely, the least I can do is be there for her with a hug. And if something were to happen, I'd have the chance to rush in there. Alright then. Let's get going, young lady. You just cracked a smile. Woodrow is really liking Jessica now. He seems old, but no, I think they were talking about Jessica. Never mind. Huh? Laura? Move over, Jessica. I'm starving to death here. Don't go blocking the door to the diner. Reporting in, Captain Liskarm. I and the rest of the squad have safely returned. Oh, Frank immediately went to hug her. I know it's a visual novel, but I know Arknights, and I know that's a hug. Thank heaven you're alright. Laura. Phew. In any case, the explosion caused a large amount of iridium sediment to build up inside the plant's pipes, which is a critical situation that could have boiled over at a moment's notice. Out of safety concerns, I ordered everyone outside first and tried to come up with a plan. But no matter what course of action we chose, there was not an insignificant chance of activating the sediment. Laura. Captain, please stop asking. No matter how much you ask, there's not much else I could do to fix things up on such short notice. But I did manage to find a way to preserve the plant's basic heating functionality, so at least people won't be freezing to death. As for whether the plate can start moving again, that'll have to wait until... Laura! That's enough. Captain? This really was the best I could do. I'm so sorry. No, what I was trying to say is that what matters is that you brought everyone back safely. Oh, really? That's good then. Actually, I'm really hungry right now. Like, really, really hungry. Then let's go ahead and eat first. Oh, I love how Liskarm was more concerned with the people's safety. Even if there is a mission to do. Her team is still above all. At least, sort of. I think it's more like a deep down feeling. Like, she still has orders and what she needs to do, but deep down she still wants them to actually be safe. While Jessica and Franca are more on the outside of that. They don't hold it deep inside. They kind of flaunt it. But Franca listens to Liskarm, while Jessica is the type to be like, I'm going to help. You are not stopping me. Pretty interesting dynamic here. Eat as much as you want and get a good night's rest. Ah, my nose. Whew. Almost done today. This is the last bit before we end stream. Because this was after this was my goal for today. I don't want to kill my throat. I wish I could read longer than this, but I really can't. And I wish I knew why or how to read longer periods of time. But next time, hopefully Thursday, but we'll see. We'll do as much as we can. It'll possibly be only to CV5, but hopefully CV6, maybe. So if we can get to CV6 and read that one as well, then we can finish this in 3 streams. It all depends on how long this one is and how long this one is. Again, I suggest enlisting followers for help reading group streams. I've done it twice in the past, but actually getting something together with friends that I know is not exactly easy. I've done it once with a streamer and once with a close friend. And they're both on the channel somewhere. I actually, the one with my friend was Dossless Holiday, I believe. I believe I read that one with a friend. With my close friend. The other one was much earlier than that. And I'm not even sure he still plays the game. I know my close friend actually still plays the game, though. But it would help. Hell, I would even do a co-stream with like another content creator who actually is interested in the story. But I'm not really that big to do something like that. Ah, my nose is also still killing me, by the way. Ah. Like, seriously. My nose. Oof. Also, I'll be checking a little bit later, see if I get in the Duet Night Abyss test, but I will not be getting my hopes up for that. As I barely ever get into tests like those. You're gonna take out a loan from the bank? Have you lost your mind? What's your plan then, wise guy? How do you reckon we get to Tryon's in a few days? This clinical trial is Tibby's last chance. I'll think of some other way. What other way? No way we're getting that kind of money without a loan. Right. Didn't we get health insurance for Tibby before? That should cover serious illness. What the hell do you think I was doing all day yesterday? I went to the bank to cash out the insurance, but Tibby's illness wasn't covered at all. I'm begging you, please, let's not jump straight to taking out a loan, okay? Just think about your sister. She only took out a small loan, but it ruined her life. Remember how much she suffered until finally. Her entire family died on the way to the frontier. So calm down, let's think this through. There's gotta be another way. Something... The bank is doing something. These loans are destroying people. Why do I see this stuff every damn time I come to the bank? All the more reason for us to be here, and especially for those, for us to attend the so-called welcoming party, Franca. If we don't witness these things with our own eyes, we'll forever remain left in the dark. But Skarm is smart. That is why she's the captain. Is Fort Barron going to tow Davison Town back to its original route all by itself? This request was made directly by the regional government. The outcome will affect Blackseal's image and credibility. It will give this mission our all. Good to hear. We appreciate it. All part of the job. Would the two of you like beer or champagne? We're on the sticks, so you may find our selection rather unsatisfactory. All I ask is that you bear with us. Unsatisfactory? You're too humble. Take a look, Captain. This beer has no label in the bottle, but it's just as good as any niche brand from a craft brewery. The champagne's also high-end. I must say, excellent taste. It's important to keep some luxury items on hand when you're stationed in a difficult area. We do have to keep up morale, though, after all. Is cranking up the thermostat so high that people want to crack open an ice-cold beer also part of keeping up morale? Well, yes. As you've noted, we do have a separate backup energy supply, which includes heating and electricity. Funny how no one else seems to have this backup system. That would be due to the prescience. I'm not going to continue trying to read that one. Of our first president during the early planning and development phases, an important safety consideration. The services provided by a financial institution are somewhat unique. Large amounts of money flow in and out, and be it systems or resources, it's always better to be more self-reliant. Presumably, Blacksteel built their safe house here in Davison Town out of the very same concerns. Isn't that right, Miss Franca? Oh, I'm fine with just a glass of water. I'll leave the beer for your employees, to keep up morale. Ooh. Ah, good on you, Franca. We sent people back to Blacksteel HQ to report the repair status of Davidson Town's power plant. As the plant has not been restored to a state where it can support navigation, HQ will naturally have to formulate a new solution. We are very appreciative of your company's contributions to our town. However, until the solution is in place, we do have one humble request. What sort of request? We were hoping you could help maintain law and order here. I'm sure you've already encountered bandits on the town's outskirts. They've caused us a substantial amount of damage. Even more troubling is the fact that a number of people living here are, to put it nicely, bandits themselves. To put it less nicely, they're the bandits' reserve army. We would be very grateful if you cleared them out of Davistown. Here's a list of names. Over the past few days, we've sent personnel to conduct security operations around the plate's perimeter. Based on their reports, I have little reason to believe that there are so many dangerous elements are operating here. There are people here with no money, yet are unwilling to put in the work to pay back their debts. How can you guarantee that they won't resort to more desperate measures down the line? If you insist, I will look into it. You'll look into it? Why must you verify it yourselves? You can't take us at our word? If our trust is so fragile that it's broken just by double-checking a list, then it wasn't worth much to begin with. Do as you please, then. But if you really want to check things, be sure to be thorough. Yeah, the bank is sus. How'd it go? Any developments on your end? The target's already entered visual range. Seems like he's not the only one here. Is he working with someone? Seems to be someone from the plate. Woodrow, sir. Is that possible? Anything's possible. When the government here collapsed, some young'uns with too much time on their hands formed gangs and started making trouble all over the place. But what do they hope to accomplish by colluding with the bandits out in the barrens? Jessica, they're about to disperse. Should we arrest them? What do you think, Woodrow? Wait and see. Now's not the time. Don't do anything for now. Record where they showed up, and contact me if they show up here again. Alright, no problem. One sec. Which direction did the bandits go? I'm gonna follow them and have a look. They went southeast. Should I come with you? Nah, I can handle this myself. Head back for now. Woodrow is like the only one who's not suspicious. What is suspicious is that bullet that Jessica has still not given to him. I think she's just forgotten because a lot of things have been happening, though. Which, I don't blame her. I'd forget too. Is that gentleman someone from the plate? He's been investigating these bandits on his own, so he should be able to help us out. I'm not sure how to break this to you, but I feel like you need a reminder. Getting cozy with the locals rarely works out well. Why is that? Places like Davistown don't just go on like normal after getting reclaimed by the government. They've always got other plans on the docket. And when the time comes, the businesses, the infrastructure, even the residents will be replaced. Replaced? Then what happens to the original residents? Where do they go? I don't know how Blacksteel usually handles it, but with my last employer, we were only responsible for kicking them out. What happened afterwards was none of our business. How could they not care? That's totally illegal. How could they just drive out all the locals? There's always an excuse when it comes to places like this on the verge of bankruptcy. Like bad debts, tax investigations, security concerns. Debts. Everyone left here is in debt. Being forced into bankruptcy. Not exactly the words you want to see. Jessica? Hey, Jessica, what's gotten into you? I'm heading back first. That stubborn, good-for-nothing father of yours, starting today. Huh? What nonsense are you spewing? Let go of me. Is that a child's voice? This brat sure knows how to whine. Guess he needs a gag and a good beating before he'll learn to follow us obediently. Stop right there. Let go of him. Why should I? Who the hell are you? Help, they're trying to kidnap me. Don't make me repeat myself. Let go of the kid. His father's in so much debt that even selling the boy off wouldn't pay it all back. So what if we kidnap him? Debt? Are you here to collect debts? Wait, don't tell me you're working for the bank. Mind your own damn business. Now get out of here. Help! Somebody save me! Shut your damn mouth. Last warning. Let the kid go. Don't make any rash moves. Otherwise, my next bullet won't be just a warning shot. Playing hardball, huh? Let's get out of here. No point risking our lives over this damn brat. The bandits, the so-called bandits, seem to be debt collectors for the bank. Or at least at first glance. That is, not good. It's really interesting. This event story is kind of like a mystery story, but in a different way. Kind of like it. It's kind of interesting. Putting the pieces together. What's your name? Where do you live? I can take you back home. I'm Benny, and you can just leave me at the diner. My dad's there every night, so I can wait from there. Is your dad Leon Theremin? How'd you know? I've met him. Oh right, those two people back there were talking about his debt. Were they debt collectors sent by the bank? At first it was just collection letters. Then they started sending people to our house to cause trouble, and my dad chased them out. This time, the bank probably wanted to use me to force him to pay them back. Yeah. Bank is doing some shady shit. That's clearly a crime. Who's gonna stop them? There's no police here. Can you show me your dad's bills? I might be able to help. You. Are you serious? His bills are something awful. I took a gander, and there ain't a whole lot more we can do for the old tower this time around. I already told you, that Laura girl did a great job tidying things up and fixing what could be fixed. But you just had to come out here yourself. Just wanted to see if there's anything Blacksteel missed that we could handle. What? You think they're just gonna pay off your loans if you work overtime? I can dream, can't I? You're better off praying for gold backs to fall from the sky. I told you, your only lifeline at this point is selling off all the shares you've got in the mine. No. I know you blew your life savings and took out loans to get those shares, but hell no. Then let me ask you, how much debt is that payment from Blacksteel even gonna clear? I reckon it's nowhere close to even paying off the interest. How about this then? Help me with the plant maintenance. We'll be able to keep it running off the fuel that Blacksteel brought. I also happen to have a few days off. I'll pay you with the money Blacksteel gave me, and that'll buy you some time at the bank at least. No, Miles. You earned that money. Besides, how is that any different from just giving it away? Not like this. Not like that. Sounds like you got an excuse to say no to everything. It ain't gonna matter when you're bankrupt and the bank's stealing the shirt off your back. There's gotta be a way. Beer, electricity, security deposit. Everything looks fine. It's within the range of what I can cover. What you can cover? You're gonna pay off Leon's debt? If possible, yes. Tad's more afraid of owing favors than anything else. When my brother passed away, he couldn't even afford a funeral. And when people offered to lend him money, he said he didn't want to be treated like a beggar. So he ended up following Uncle Woodrow around outside, logging, hunting, fin catching. He worked so hard those 2 months that when he came back, his fingers were deformed. And how much money did he make from all that? About 2,000 or 3,000? He'll never pay back his debts like that. Wait, what? He's still one of the mine's shareholders? Forget it. After the mine was shut down, he had to pay all kinds of fuel fees, vacancy fees, land management fees just to keep his shares. And he borrows piles of money from the bank every year to do it. That's practically an open wound they're bleeding him dry with. Even if I came in to help him, there's no way he'd be able to pay it off. If he doesn't dump those shares, he's gonna have nothing left. Not happening. Dad loves that mine more than anything. He'd never dump those shares, even if we both got sent to the frontier for hard labor. Benny, don't talk about your father like that. By the way, Jessica, what's gotten into you all of a sudden? Is something wrong? Leon's still a shareholder in the mine, so the bank's not likely to make him declare bankruptcy anytime soon. I saw someone try to kidnap Benny today to force Leon to pay off his debts. Kidnapping? They can go after Leon all they want, but to try to kidnap a teenage boy? Have they no shame? Benny, you're staying with me for now. When Leon finds out his kid's missing, I'll give him a piece of my mind and ask him what the hell he's doing as a father. No, don't tell him. I don't want him to worry. We've gone way past making him worry. He needs to know the damn well consequences of what he's doing. I still need to go home. God, how can a stubborn asshole have a kid as sweet as you? In any case, if he's willing to sell his shares, then that combined with some tax rebates and preferential policies he never noticed, should be enough to cover the debt. You sure? I can practically guarantee it. Alright, sounds like he just needs a good reminder to stop messing around. It's finally over. So why is the main switch for the entire building located just 100 steps from the front entrance? Is this also some great presence from the bank's founder? That's ridiculous. Doesn't make a lick of sense. 1 step, 2 steps, 3 steps. The desk 7 paces out and make a left turn. 24, 25, 26. Oops, bumped into the lamp. 57, 58, 59, 100. Excuse me. Can I help you? Is the bank still open? I'd like to take out a loan. Sylvia? Get over here, Sylvia, quick. I'd like to borrow some money from the bank. Can I count on you to give me a slightly better interest rate? Oh, I should have never been so mean to you. What are you doing here? Wait, you? What are you doing here? I'm sorry, you two, but we're not open for business today. Seeing the couple stare at each other in silence, Sylvia bows her head and steps away from the bank's gates. The whole way back, the thick darkness that even the streetlights do not penetrate lingers with her. Whoops. Caressing her neck affectionately. Since her mother passed away, she left the work the same way every day, just like this. $1,877, 1,878, and home. Mom, I'm home. She waits for a long time, but only silence greets her back. After a moment, she takes out her keys, opens the door, wipes the soles of her shoes on the doormat, and leaves a suffocating darkness in the street behind her. Down. The darkness of Arknights story continues. Right after we get another drink, because my water bottle is empty now. I'm gonna have to dip now. If I have time, I'll show up for the next stream. See ya. Do a single pull for me. I'll do a single pull for you.
Glad to see you again, Doctor.
Just one.
Hi, I'm Spot from Operation
There's your
1596.
single pull.
My job is to protect.
It did not go well. But I do hope to see you next time. Thank you for coming. Convincing Leon to sell his shares? Not happening. Count me out. Why? Aren't you two friends? Sure, but we wouldn't be if I forced him to do stuff like that. We all tried talking him out of the talking to him about the shares, but the stubborn bastard won't listen. Is there really no way to get through to him? Nope. Ugh. And here I was thinking that if only you talked to him for me, then what? Then I'd give you his box of chocolates as a thank you. Chocolates, huh? The pastry back home gave me these when I set out. Said I'd have something to chew on whenever my mouth was empty, and now this is the last box. I'm really, really reluctant to give this away, so since you don't want to, forget it. Did he just respond with a grunt? That's different. If you don't want to help, then no chocolate for you. That came out wrong. Okay, I confess. It was Helena who suggested I bring you chocolates. She said that you'd have a soft spot for them. So she told you to come, and here you are. Leon's situation is looking really bad. I have to try everything I can, no matter what it takes. He stares straight at Jessica, but she doesn't notice. She's completely lost in her embarrassment and frustration. Her head droops as she furiously racks her brain to figure out how to navigate this conversation faster. Sorry to keep pestering you. I'll head back for now, and think of some other way myself. Just leave the chocolates on the cabinet. Huh? Give me a moment to pack up and wash my face. Then we're leaving. He's agreeing to it? Even though I totally blew my secret? Does he care about his image with Helena that much? Or is it the chocolates? Well, whatever. All that matters is that he agreed. The cabinet. Oh, is it this one? The drawer is open? The objects in the old Sancta's drawers resemble him. Simple and unadorned. A belt, a holster, pair of fingerless gloves. Jessica sets the box of chocolates down and notices a few pieces of paper pressed beneath the gloves. Eroded by time, the pages have taken on a brittle, yellow complexion. Jessica knows that she shouldn't look, but can't control her urges to sneak a peek. Is this a photo of Woodrow and the boss? There's another Sancta, too, and a piece of paper under the photo. Is it an identification document? Black ink is hard to make out in the brown parchment, and only a few words readily stand out. Camp Colas. You done putting away the chocolates? Oh, yes. By the way, Then let's get going. Leon, your financial situation is in dire straits. If you drag your feet any longer, then when the bank declares you unable to repay your debts, you'll be forced to declare bankruptcy. And by that point, you won't be able to sell your shares or your house. If you insist on holding onto your shares, you'll be forced to sell off your house and won't even have a roof over your head. Plenty of people have tried to talk me into selling my shares, but you're the first to make a good case for selling my house. No, I'm not telling you to sell your house. I'm just reminding you of the consequences. If you don't mind, I can also, what I mean is I have some money I can give you to help pay off your loans, even though it's no small amount. What? Thanks, but no thanks. I don't need your charity. No. I mean, I'll lend it to you. But I won't charge any interest. You can just pay it back at your leisure, whenever your financial situation has improved. Look, Jessica, I'm a grown-ass man with both my hands and feet. I don't need a little girl half my age lecturing me on how to improve my life. I hope you never bring this up to me again. Wait, Leon, please, don't push me. What, you're out here sipping tea? It's already gone cold. Just take the girl with you when you go. Are you going to say something, Woodrow? You agreed to this. Did I? Huh? All I said is that I'd come with you, so I did. Thanks for the chocolate, Jessica. Now, if you'll excuse me. Can't do this. At this rate, Leon's gonna be left with nothing to his name. So what? Try as you like. When you burn a wet piece of coal, all you get is a face full of ashes. How could you? You... Captain, are we seriously going to go through the entire list? How many doors have we knocked on so far? 14. Other than the second household, where the middle-aged man's son did in fact run off to join the bandits, the rest were all honest people guilty of nothing more than being unable to pay off their debts. The bank couldn't dig up any dirt on them, so they resorted to using us to run them out of town. Despicable. And this is number 15. We'll just check one more and then... Wait, what's going on? Why are you sitting outside? My head. It's spinning. Go sit outside in the cold, you crusty old fossil. The headache will go away on its own. Could he have been poisoned? Luckily, we found out in time. And we're both just fine. Ma'am, I thought the plate should have retained its basic heating functions, so why... After the bank declared us bankrupt, they shut off all the heating to our house. Without sunlight, it gets even colder inside. Why else would anyone light their fireplace? I'm back, Benny. What are you squatting in front of the stove for? Get up already. The charcoal today is especially waterlogged. I've been trying to light it for a while now, but I can't get it burning at all. Just look at all this soot on your face. You'd think you just crawled out of the mines. Hurry and wipe it off. Ain't a big deal if you can't get it burning. Just wait until I get back. Dad, don't tell me you were in such a hurry this morning that you poured water directly into the stove. Hey, I may be stupid, but I'm not that stupid. Give me the tongs. I'll do it. Think I can't tell when you're lost in the sauce? Well, he is a kid, so it makes sense. But that is definitely an interesting translation option. If it was the old man, I'd be a little more concerned. But it is the kid. So I'll let it slide. Why are you blowing on it directly? Carl told me you can't light the stove, which is why you entrusted it to me before you left. Since when have you done it? What else did Carl tell you? Everything. But how you were so impatient you poured an extra pail of water onto the stove to douse the flames. Not only did the coal get ruined, but the bread Helena baked became inedible. She was so mad she chewed your ear off. When did he tell you all that? Who do you think left me all alone back then? Left you all alone? What are you talking about? How would you even remember anything from when you were so little? All you did was sit in Woodrow's arms and tug on his beard. I don't believe you. Who is it? Sorry, it's me. Ugh, all this smoke. Stove's completely soaked on the inside. I've been trying to ignite the charcoal for a while now, but I haven't had much luck. Give me a moment. No problem. I can help out too. These pieces of charcoal are completely waterlogged. Can you swap them out? This is all the charcoal we got from the caravan. Then, how about some firewood? We can put the broken pieces underneath to isolate the moisture, then lean any of the thin branches along against the stove to light them on fire. Then you just need to add more firewood as necessary. Where'd you learn all that? On the battlefield? Why do you ask? Aren't you a mercenary? It's done. Thanks for helping Benny light the stove, but you should leave now. But I haven't said anything yet. I just don't understand. Why are you so stubborn about it? Of course you wouldn't. Then help me understand? I'll never give up if you just keep sending me away. Cigarette. Jessica. I was abandoned here by my birth mother when I was just 4 years old. It was the miners here who raised me. When I enlisted in the army, I focused on learning blasting techniques so that I'd be able to help out in the mines. As soon as I was discharged, I came back and became a mining engineer. I was involved in the renovation and expansion of the mining tunnels below town, the factory above us, and in even the power plant we repaired a few days ago. The miners back then must have lived better lives than they do now. If you told me back then what Davistown would become, I'd have figured you were cursing me out. True, life can be unpredictable like that. Later, I adopted my co-workers' kids, Benny and his brother Carl. And even later, the mine kept deprecating until all I could do was keep holding onto my shares no matter what. Like hell, I'd let those damn stakeholders take my life's work and dump it for scraps. But there's no way the mine is ever coming back. Just stop talking. I'm serious here. If you keep holding onto your shares, the bank is going to force you to pay off your debts. Get out of my house. Please, Leon. Even if you kick me out, you're going to have to come face to face with reality. Alright, Benny, Step out for a bit. You can stay at Auntie Helena's for a night. I'll come find you after Jessica and I finish talking. Wait, you can't send Benny away. Now you're trying to lecture me on how to be a parent? Yesterday... Just stop it already, Jessica. Not another word. Yesterday, some gangsters hired by the bank went after your son. Is that true, Benny? Yes. Leon's heart constricts as he looked at Benny's soot-stained face. Why? Why didn't you tell me anything? Even if I did, what good would it do? Would you march up to the bank and make it a scene? What would that even solve? After seeing his child leave, the man who had been talking so confidently a moment ago immediately hunches his back and squats down by the stove. He picks up the tongs and carefully prods at the wood. Even though the flame is already burning brightly, a puff of black smoke still comes out and sends him into a fit of coughing. If I sell my shares in the mine, what'll I have left? At the very least, you won't leave Benny saddled with debt. They won't take your house. First it was Carl. After Carl left, it was Benny. Ever since I took on so much debt, I've been out working from sunup to sundown, leaving the kids at home to fend for themselves. They were in charge of keeping the stove lit, and they had to handle the finances. And Benny was nearly kidnapped. In the end, I couldn't pay off my debts, or protect the people I wanted to protect. I'm a right bastard, through and through. Leon smacks the stove hard with the tongs, hard enough to cause sparks to fly. I'd rather die than bow down to those savages at the bank. Just the thought that they'd have the gall to kidnap Benny makes me want to blow the whole damn place to bits. Leon, you said earlier that if I sell my remaining shares, I'll at least be able to leave the house for Benny. Mm-hmm. But you sure did a number on my stove, just to win me over. You weren't kidding when you said you'd do anything. No, I didn't pour the water in there. I wouldn't go that far. Wait, if it wasn't you, then who? Woodrow? What are you doing here? Woodrow doesn't answer. He simply walks right up to the stove and sets down a heavy-looking box. Leon walks over and sees a box stuffed haphazardly with charcoal pieces. Considerate apology. It was Woodrow. Damn. He actually did help in the end. That's crazy. I am also cold and I need my jacket. Oh, God. Good guy Woodrow, let's go. See, I knew he was the least sus person in this entire story. He's a good man. He just won't outright say it. Relax, Leon. The toes of your shoes are about to tear the carpet. Relax? That word has no place here. I prepared all the promissory documents and transfer contracts, so the bank should have nothing to say. Of course, Benny helped out a lot as well. The process shouldn't take very long, and it'll all go smoothly. Would you like me to get you some water? Nah, I'm good. The fact that I can even stand here means I'm already mentally prepared to let it all go. I'm really sorry about this. Just leave me alone for a second. now that I can single-handedly release them from this blood-sucking shareholders with the swipe of a pen. I need a moment to myself, so I can say goodbye. Jessica. Sylvia? Yes, so here's the deal. I took a sneak peek at the documents you prepared. Mr. Theremin's loan repayment is not within the scope of my job, but there are a number of issues with the reference data. The shares are overvalued, and there's some holes that don't add up in the end. You're still short by a considerable amount. I'd appreciate it if you could call him over for me, since there's no way I can face him. No, we're not going to put that on him right now. I'll make a check out to the bank, so you can keep it secret for me, please? This much? In one lump sum? It's not that big of a deal. Desperate times. But if Mr. Theremin found out, you know how prideful can be, which is why this is just between us. Nobody else needs to know. Please, Sylvia. Okay, then. Then can I take another look at your documents? I only have copies with me. That's good enough. There are still areas that could use some adjustment. And there's the tax returns. Look, these are all items that could have been written off. $30 here, 75 there. There's also a rather large deduction here, a full 400. Adding everything up, it comes to about 1,329, though that's barely a fraction of the amount you have to make up for. You discovered all that just by casually thumbing through the documents. This looks good enough. Then I'll directly report this and say that you filed a brand new application. Finally, I should take care of the weight around Leon's neck, but he's far from the only one. I need to pick up the pace before Fort Barren arrives. Every person I help has to count for something, right? I don't like that. Manager, we can close Leon Theremin's case. He finally decided to sell his shares. That obstinate bastard set us back for years. He was also extremely rude when selling them, scolding us from some rather colorful language, calling us kidnappers and so forth. But what can he do other than run his mouth? Well then, how about we pay him a direct visit next time? No need to rush. I heard someone advance the money for him, and now he is indeed debt-free. Once his shares are sold, there are plenty others circling the mine, waiting for us to swoop in. That's gonna be quite the spiral, it seems. That does not sound good. So we went from in the line of fire, in a lonely place, city heat, double indemnity, to tricks. Sometimes issues are raised simply to prevent them from being resolved. Issues are raised simply to prevent them from being resolved. Yo, the man who wasn't there is next. You should always try to raise your spirits when eating, even if it's a little difficult. So, that's enough for the story today. We will make sure to do another stream of this soon. We will also have the EX stages available during that time, So we will be doing that, and we'll also be doing the interlocking competition like run for the EX stages. That will be difficult because it's EX stages rather than just the normal stages. So hopefully it does prove to be a little more difficult choosing operators. So
Glad to see you again, Doctor.
I do hope people will join me for when we do that. Thanks everyone for joining me today, and see you guys next time.
I ran into Franca and Liskarm on my way to the dorms. Even though I hadn't seen them in so long, we talked like we were never apart. Doctor, do you think maybe I could apply to serve on missions with them? You look a little worse for wear every time I see you. Are you doing all right these days, Doctor?